Welcome to Family Basics 101. I'm Dr. Bruce McClure, and as we continue our five-part series on men, today we're going to study men as husbands. What does the word husband mean according not only to the Bible, but also to society? So let's spend the first few minutes giving a working definition of husbands. The term literally means a soldier of valor, not just a warrior fighter. Many men are fighters, but they are not men of valor when it comes to being husbands. It means being a champion, the champion of the family, not the champion of the town, but the champion of the family, where the wife, and if there are children, they see that husband as their champion, their hero. It means being a leader, not a political leader, not a corporate leader, but a person who is a leader of his family. And the people within that family structure follows the leader, not by coercion and not by fear, but because of reverence of the leadership. It's a male with qualities of nobility. That male is honored as a husband, and he lives his life in such a way that his family sees him as a person royal. He's not a king of kings, but he is seen as a king. He's seen as royal priesthood within his family. By definition, it is a masculine person. It is a person who understands what it means to stand for what is godly and to stand for what is right for his household. By description of the husband being a masculine man, it cannot be a person who is a child or immature. So understand, a husband must be a man who is of valor, a champion for his household, a leader, a male with qualities of nobility, a masculine person, and not immature in his thinking. Husbands, contrary to popular belief, will always be available for homes. A study showed that at some point in life, at least 95% of all people, especially in America, will marry, regardless of the quality, the length, or the reason why they marry. But nonetheless, 95% of the U.S. population of men will marry. Yet more than 50% of those marrying will end up in a divorce. Now, 4 out of 5, or 80% of those divorced, will marry again. Half of that number within the first year following the divorce. The median age for a man in their first marriage is around 23 to 25 years old chronologically. Now, we don't just say how old a person is chronologically when it comes to relationships and maturity. There is a psychological aging which for the most part, under most conditions, move men psychologically 3 to 5 years below their chronological age. So if you take that 23 to 25 year old chronologically aged person, psychologically that moves the average age of men to 19 to 23 years of age in terms of their maturity of thinking. But I want you to understand, men are going to marry most of the time according to these statistics. 95% at some point in life will marry. But the maturity level must be that of a mature thinking male. What does husbands do? What are they to learn in order for them to practice within the relationship? First of all, husbands are to learn to assist their wives in adopting to the marriage. And unless that husband is an adult, a man of valor, and all of the descriptors that we've talked about previously, it's going to be difficult in a proper manner for the husband to truly assist the wife in adapting to the new relationship. So important is it to the relationship that the husband is to dedicate himself fully to making sure his wife adapts to the relationship. In other words, the priority for a husband is to make sure that his family, initially his wife, is adapting to marriage. The husband is responsible for making sure that the wife settles into the marriage, that she's cheerful, that her joy focus moves from her family of origin into her newfound family. That is the responsibility of a good husband, is to settle the wife's spirit within the relationship and to give her a sense of security, love, and support to know that this is going to be a happy home. The husband had to love someone other than himself in this new marriage. It is the responsibility of the husband to move away from self-centeredness and focus on his wife, and to communicate to her that he is also concerned about her welfare within the relationship. The husband had to exemplify God-man traits at all times, since he was still the Homo sapien, or the strong man, the wisdom of the home. The husband, in the midst of fear, had to be a person who would ensure or encourage the wife that we can get through this. The husband is supposed to be the man of wisdom that used discernment to work the wife through areas of challenge. It was the husband's responsibility to keep his family calm and secure, and knowing that at the end of whatever the crisis was, things would work out for the good. It was the husband's responsibility to learn how to assist his family. It was the husband's responsibility to learn how to be the consoler and the comforter for his home. And it was the husband's responsibility to move away from self-centeredness into, now I am responsible for the spiritual and the other needs of another. In the book of Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse number 5, the Bible says, when a man have taken a new wife, there are 5 primary responsibilities biblically. He shall not go out to war. In other words, his focus is at home. Neither shall he be charged with any new business. He's not supposed to take on all of the cares of the world. He's supposed to now focus on his home, but he shall be free at home for a year. In other words, his primary focus as a husband is what goes on under his roof. And he shall cheer up his wife, which he hath taken. It's the husband that has asked the wife for her hand. And it is the husband's responsibility to make sure that his wife can smile. I'll see you back in class again tomorrow. Don't be late, and don't skip class.